Previously on Zoomvivor.
One idol is powerful, but two idols, that's just God level protection for you in the game.
If we vote out Erica now, Brian will somehow, not gain the trust of that foursome, and at the same time, nandito pa rin si Vance.
I want Dakota to use that idol for Erica. Just so, Erica and Dakota will write Bing's name down.
But holy shit, dude. Did you really just give me an idol at Final 8?
If anybody has a hidden immunity idol you want to play, now would be the time to do so. Okay, once the votes are read, the decision is final. First with the highest number of votes needs to leave the tribal council area immediately. 12th person voted out of Zoomvivor PANGAEA, and the third member of our jury. Bats. Alright, Bats. With that, the tribe was spoken.
Finally, King Bads is dethroned. Finally, wala nang magkocontrol ng mga votes, magsasabi kung sinong boboto for who. And I'm just so happy that I actually got him out.
Very, very last minute, like, let's go for Bats. He's gonna win. He's the biggest threat. He's the most connected here. And yeah, so like very last minute, we changed the votes to Bats. And yeah, it happened.
I'm also surprised and not expecting that early blindside for Bads. And I don't know how Bing and Brian gathered the number to vote out Bads, but these people are really good.
And Brian was quick to the draw to change the vote off of Bing. So I was like, interesting. So why don't we just do everyone a favor and cut the chaos cut it off at its source? And not only that, why don't we take out one of the only people in this game who knows I have an idol?
Now that Buds is went out of the game, I felt a little relieved na what is happening right now is according to what I wanted to go.
Like, he's clearly a guy who knows the game. He has a survivor buff, which I'm very jealous of, but like, he has a survivor buff. Like, he clearly is like, has alliances with a lot of people in this game. Like, they're like he could make it far if we let him go this far. Who knows? He could go on an immunity streak for all we know.
I'm sorry, Buds, but you are going home. Why?
Ayun, Ate Kats, ano ba nangyari? Bakit last minute to Bads?
Honestly, to be honest, go.
Dito. Kain ka ba lang dito?
Oo, tayo lang.
Si Brian at saka si Bill.
Right now, I trust no one, honestly. I was really out of the loop. I was the only one who voted with Bads and voted for Erica. So I know that I have to talk to everyone. I want to know what happened in that vote.
I haven't really lied to Kenneth all game long, but I just left him out because it was pretty last minute and I knew that he and Bads were close. So
And I wanted to talk to Erica and hoping that I can make it up to her. And
Kenneth did reach out to me right away and was like, hey, like, just so you know, like, I did write your name down. I felt bad about it. Like, I was with Bads on that vote, but like, I do want to work with you. Which, it kind of threw me off a little bit.
Nasaan na ba yung
asan na yung iba?
yung iba? Hindi ko kasi nakikita kung nasaan eh. Iba
Nasa
kasi-
beach sila.
Uy. Magkakasama sila.
Go na tayo doon, tara.
Saan?
Sa beach na ano.
Sa beach sila.
I think right now that the biggest threat is Kenneth. The fact that he was making those connections with Bads and was on the side of that vote that was trying to boot me out, that's threatening to me. It may not be the biggest threat overall to the game, but that's the way I'm looking at this right now, is that Ken is my personal biggest threat, and I need to make sure that either I make amends with him or he goes next round. Ideally, I'd like to make amends with him, but if that's not in his game plan, then the other thing is going to have to happen.
Now that Bads is out as the biggest threat in the game, syempre mapapaisip ako, baka naman ako na yung matarget given, the challenge with me being the best player in the game.
an endgame plan for me would be to take Erica and Kenneth to Final 3. I feel like if I play it right and I'm sitting there with the two of them, I feel like I have like a very great statistical chance of winning.
But I feel like with my connection with Brian, Kenita, and potentially with Dakota and Erica, I feel like there's still a potential for me to actually further myself in the game, but at the same time, I don't want to be that complacent. So definitely, I will look for idols now.
So that would mean that I would have to take out Bing because again, I think people are perceiving us as a duo, which is partially true, but she's not a ride or die. I just trust her the most, and I feel like she's someone that's the move that will like stamp my winning game, like taking out the person I trust the most.
Right now, I'm seeing a clear path towards the end. And maybe all I need to do right now is just go with the plan that I'm forming in my head. So hopefully it works, because yeah.
Right now, my next target is Kenita. We should have stick with our core. Should have protected Ja.
I just feel bad that Kenneth got blindsided, but this is the game. And this is not for the faint-hearted, so I think Kenneth is expecting it as well.
Dapat tayo yung tatlo ang nandito. And since he didn't, I will not protect you as well.
Hello, Final 7. Welcome to your next immunity challenge. For this challenge, you are given 11 cups with letters. All you have to do is arrange them to form a sentence. If you guys got it correctly, first person will win immunity. Right, safe from the vote. As for the rest of you, one of you will be the 12th person voted out and the 4th member of our jury. Right, I'm gonna give you guys 1 minute to assume the position, and we'll get to it. Again, you need to form a sentence using 10 cups.
10?
Yes. You
Just
need
10.
to.
10
Yes,
cups.
just 10. Alright. Get ready. Are everyone ready? Everyone ready? Kenita ready? Thumbs up.
Wait, it's a sentence?
Yes, it's a test. It's a sentence. Hands
Okay.
up, guys. Bing ready. Kenita ready. Erica. Brian, Kat. In 3, 2, 1, go. Everyone. Now rearranging. Kenneth arranging the words, the letters. Bing trying to arrange the words now. Brian,
All the letters, right?
just 10. You need 10. Just need 10.
Done.
Can you say what the phrase is?
I am now safe.
I am now safe is correct, which means Kenneth wins individual immunity, safe from the vote. As for the rest of you, one of you will be the 12th person voted out and the 4th member of the jury.
I want immunity. Like, I felt that I needed to win that immunity since I was out of the loop, and people will use that as a target for me. Honestly, because because of that. So the fact that I won immunity, like, it feels so good.
He's always been in the right side of votes, and just this bad's vote out. That's the only vote out that, didn't really went his way. But I feel like that just sparks something, like a revenge, which scares me a bit because, he has nothing to lose, so he can play as hard as he can. So
I'm not like mad about it, but also like now I'm scared that this gives him another free pass to gun for me. So I immediately need to talk to him again and see where his head's at.
Well, you guys deserve that. Well, that's what you get for blindsiding me. So do what you gotta do, scramble.
the names that are floating around are Atikats and Bing. So, holy shit, Bing, like, no. I don't want Bing to go right now. I feel like she's the only person I can trust here right now with all the people left. So, I need to find a way to save her.
So now that I really want to find an immunity idol, I'm going to all the camp places, the beach, the rocks, just the mountains, just to find one. And I know that the clock is ticking already, so I need to act fast. And thankfully, before we go to tribal council, I actually found one. And I am just so happy I have still been hearing my name from Brian. And I just hope I can pull this off. I hope they really do vote for me and actually play it the right way so that this idol won't go to waste.
I began to speak to Erica. We started talking about the vote come tribal council time, and it was apparent to her as well that it was time to take out Bing. And Kat was also on board, and Kenita was on board.
Our target is Bing. For me, it's okay. Since I haven't talked to her that much, I just talked to her for a couple of times and that's it. We don't have strategy talk, so it's okay with me. There's okay, then Bing, just like that.
She she is a sweetheart, and like I honestly have no issues with Bing at all. Like she was just very fun, lighthearted, like she was always smiling, like she was the smiliest person of our tribe by far. Like, and everyone was pretty laid back. Like she really she was the first person who welcomed me to that tribe. Like Bing is just like a very likable person, and that is unfortunately like the biggest threat socially when you're in this game.
At this point, Bing is the biggest threat of the game because she was along with Brian, she planned the band's vote, and I was the only one who was left out of that vote.
So going into this tribal, I'm kind of thinking if I should reveal to my number one ally if I have an idol or not.
You guys decide. I'll just go with whatever. That's what I told them. And they were like, let's take out Bing. She's like really likable and has played a strong game. And I was like, oh shit. Like I didn't really elaborate it to them. I just told Bing like, hey Bing, your name is up there. Right now, you're gonna get voted out. Do you have anything?
Tinanong niya ako kanina, but my gut feel and instinct was not to tell him just in case, things go crazy later at tribal. I just want to ensure that the target is still on me.
And Bing told me like she has nothing, and I was like,
I was actually telling him na sana if I am voted out, you really win all this, because I feel like everyone is against me except him, still trying to actually rally for me with Erica, Kat, and Dakota. But I just hope, since medyo last minute na, sige, target niyo na ako and I'll play the idol. And then from there, we can regroup.
let's try to split between Bing and Kanita. Let's put 2 votes on Kanita and 3 votes on Bing, because they told me that Kenneth is voting Bing.
Erica and I get both a group message and individual messages from Brian. And Brian is trying to flip the vote on he's just trying to flip the vote. And I didn't appreciate that. Why would we flip the vote on Kenneth? Why would we flip the vote at all?
So if the 3-2 split worked and I'm supposed to vote for Bing, I would vote for Kanita. I will vote for Kanita. So that would save Bing for another round, and we'll figure it out from there.
It should be easier than what it is, but it's really not. I mean, it's perplexing in a sense. It's a game-defining vote for many reasons, because it defines the dynamic of the game moving forward. It really does. It really tells you who's going to walk into the later stage of this game with power, with the influence, with the numbers, and who is a contender to just being a placeholder in the jury.
This is the tribal where I didn't know what was gonna happen. Like, I just hope Bing is safe, and yeah, it's the first time I'm going to tribal with my head empty.
Hello guys, welcome to tribal council, we now have the members of the jury with Bads voted out last tribal council. And the jury can now know that Kenneth won individual immunity for this recent challenge. Right, let's get to it. Okay, final 7. So Ken, I want to go to you first. So how does it feel winning immunity at this point?
To be honest, I really needed this win because I think everyone knew that I was the only one who voted with bad last tribal council, and I already explained it to Erica since I voted for her, and so yeah, if I was the only one who's on the outs last tribal council, probably I'll be the next to go. But since I won immunity, I can't go. That's it.
All right. So do you think if ever you lost, you would be the next one voted out?
Not really, but it's possible. It is possible. So I needed it.
Now with Charlene and Bad sitting in the jury, is it now safe to say that there was no Filipino alliance, or like is it dead now?
There's no Filipino alliance in the first place. We're just playing, well, and depends on the communication that we had with the other castaways. It never about the nationality. It's all about the connection.
I want to ask Dakota. So since your numbers are now getting smaller, is it safe to say that we are now seeing voting blocks in this phase of the game?
That's funny. One voting block one round does not at all mean voting block the next round. This game is very, 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 very fluid in terms of how people are communicating with each other. I think that this season, I'm not sure about last season's, but this season is very personal connection based. I think a lot of these votes, a lot of these decisions really come down to where you stand one-on-one with each other, because at the end of the day, you might be in a group chat with X, Y, and Z, but when Y and Z vote you out, XOXO, see you later, you know?
Is that the same case for you, Brian?
Oh, I agree with what Dakota said, that it's very fluid and that, one round is different from another. And that shows, like, in previous vote outs. I mean, there was like a 5 voting block and then the other one got voted out. And anything can happen in this game, and that's what makes this fun, interesting, because it's never the same.
Anita, so is this the best time for anyone in this game to think about their end games?
I guess so. Yeah. Of course, we need to look and decide for that to see if people are in the same page as you.
Erica, can you walk me through if you have your end game plans?
I mean, honestly, like kind of like how we were saying, like the voting plans for this game are so fluid, so has my end game plan. Like, you just never really know what to expect with this season because everything just always switches up.
Yeah.
I mean, like obviously, like we're at Final 7. Who isn't thinking about it already? But I think I think it's too soon to have an end game plan locked in.
Yeah.
How about you, Bing? Is that the same case for you?
For me, it's case basis. Of course, it could be in your mind, but at this point in the game, I kind of agree with Erica. It's too early because we just want to get to the next day, and that's really how I'm feeling tonight.
You feel like everyone's vulnerable right now except for Kenneth?
Yes, I think so. Honestly, I don't know where the vote's gonna go tonight. It's one of the first times that I really don't know what's gonna happen. I'm crazy nervous. Yeah. Don't know what to say.
Right. Kathy, So we can now see at this phase of the game that the power is now shifting more towards the jury because they will soon vote for a winner. How does that affect your voting decision from this point on?
That's really a hard question because for me, jury management is very important. You don't want to burn bridges, and so we don't know if our jury will become a bitter jury or will become a objective jury. So we have to make a decision who to vote that will probably understand your decisions at the particular time or particular tribal council why you did that. So it's gonna be hard from now on, especially you don't want, as I told you, we don't want to burn bridges after this.
I mean, that's very interesting because if you vote someone out, you're basically burning their bridge from the game. But how do you avoid
Yeah.
from burning bridges?
There are some factors that even though you voted someone out, you can give a reasonable explanation regarding why you voted him out or her out. So it will be like on your game. That's why that's part of your strategy. That's why um, that's one way of getting that sole survivor title thing.
So I want to ask the same question to Kenneth.
Well, I still have to think what they're feeling, and I hope that when I voted someone out, I was just trying to play a game, and yeah.
Kenneth made an interesting point about feelings because he said that one has to take account someone's feelings when they get voted out and how they're feeling when they get voted out. So Erica, how do you deal with that? Like taking into account feelings of people.
I mean, at the end of the day, it is a game. I think the one thing that does kind of complicate it, that like line though, is the fact that like a lot of us have honestly made like personal relationships with each other on this cast.
All right. But Brian, given what Erica said, what kind of move will make you bitter?
For me personally, I don't think there's a certain extent that someone will make a move on me that will make me like bitter because at the end of the day I respect the game so much that I want to give the win to someone who deserves it, and not just because I'm bitter or I was, hurt by their move. I mean, everyone's, as mentioned all throughout the game, this is an individual game, and everyone's doing decisions for their own gains and not as a team effort. So I don't think personally, I'm not gonna be bitter if someone votes me out. It's a game, and I'll commend them if I don't see it coming. But yeah, because I have to respect that, and I think that being fair and unbiased is needed in the jury.
All right. So Kenita, same question as Brian. What kind of move would upset you?
Just like what Brian said, this is a fair game. I would respect every strategic move that you will make, and but it's kind of confusing sometimes because emotions are still at play. Of course, there is some point that we will I'm gonna be hurt because maybe one of my trusted allies would blindside me, but it's really part of the game, and I think I'm gonna try to see it objectively. So yeah, we signed up for Survivor. Of course, there would be moves that would really upset you one way or another. So yeah.
All right. Let's see if feelings will be hurt from this tribal council because it is now time to vote. All right. Good luck.
Let's see.
Bitch.
I want to stick with you. I really do. the votes just need to be split, and I have the slightest hunch of an idol. That's the only reason I'm writing you down. I'm so sorry.
Whew. Hoping everyone votes for me. Like, seriously, just vote for me, guys. I'm gonna play my idol. Craziest tribal I've been to. My name's been thrown by everyone.
I now have the votes. Before I read the votes, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Hello?
Yes, Bing?
You want to see the reactions of people? Yeah. I heard my name like the entire time after the challenge, so might as well just play something.
What are you playing, Bing?
I'm playing Hidden Immunity Idol.
Alright. Bing has, in fact, a hidden immunity idol. So all votes for Bing will not count. Anyone else? Okay.
James,
Yes, Kenita.
nothing, just calling your name.
Okay. Alright. There's nothing else. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person with the highest number of votes would need to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. Alright. First vote. Bing. Does not count. Cat. It's one vote, Cat. Brian. It's one vote, Brian. One vote, Cat. Cat. That's two votes, Cat. Tied again. Two votes, Cat. Two votes, Brian. Brian. It's three votes, Brian. Two votes, Cat. One vote left. Twelve person voted out of Zoomvivor PANGAEA and the fourth member of our jury. Brian. Brian, for this vote, that's four. That's enough. Any final words for the tribe?
You got me, guys, and really good play there. I just have like some words for everyone. I'm not like mad, but I want everyone to do well and to being good luck, and I hope that you find a way somehow. And yeah, everyone have a great. We'll see you later.
All right. With that being said, Brian, tribe has hope. All right. Final 6. After that vote, let's see later at the end if his feelings got hurt or not.
Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode. Next time on Zoomvivor. Our final 6 battle it out to become the next sole Zoomvivor in a 2-part finale week. Join us as we witness the end of an epic season. Casting for Zoomvivor 6 is now open. Check out our Facebook page for more details.
I thought they were really gonna go for Bing. That's why I changed my vote. the first parchment I sent in was Bing's. Tapos, inisip ko lang like, no, I don't want to write her name down kahit mali. Kahit feel ko sa kanya pupunta. And yun, it was a blindside, a great one. Yeah. I feel like every swap, I was always in, like, I always have the odds against me. Like, the first swap with the Hamu, I forgot his name, but the pre-merge vote out, I thought I was gonna go there. Also, in the merge reswap, the merge one with Kath, Costas, and the other people. Like, if I didn't win immunity there, I feel like I would have gone there in that round. So, in every swap, I've always had the odds against me, and in both times I did survive, but this time I was blindsided, and I acknowledge that. I'm trying to pinpoint where it went wrong, and I think it was in the bads vote. Like, yeah, I think it was in the bads vote because I feel like there we gave control to the trio, which I thought they were genuine, and that's where my bad move was. And maybe if we could have stuck with the 5 Filipino, the 5 for one more round, and then we go for bads, I feel like I could have had more control there. So yeah, it was pretty last minute, and I just saw bads as the biggest threat, and I saw an opportunity to get him out. But unfortunately, it was too soon. Everything you got strategically, socially, physically, and I'm gonna be watching from the jury, and I'm gonna be as objective as I can. And to the viewers, this is like a first for me, but yeah, maybe some of my friends are watching or people who may know me, but yeah, so this is what it feels like. Joke. But yeah, it's been a really fun game, and that's all you can ever ask for, really.